In this video, I will demonstrate the process of nail refill with polygel. The refill process involves removing partially the old product off the nail and reapplying new gel over the nail. I will drill off part of the gel and then I will use a nail file for finishing. I use the electric drill at a moderate speed because my model is sensitive to the heat caused by the drill. Usually, I would file in one stroke from the cuticle to the free edge, but the nails are sensitive, so I choose to file the gel in short strokes. With my thumb and index finger, I pull the skin so I can see what I am filing. I rotate the finger as comfortable for both me and the model, and I file off the gel where I have growth. I file gently without pressure around the growth area because that's where I have the least gel. Putting pressure on the drill will file off the natural nail and will leave marks on the nail bed. A good, sharp drill is the key when it comes to drilling of gel. Using old drills will cause the product to be stuck between the blades, and instead of filing, the drill will be sliding on your nail. This will slow you and will cause a high heating sensation. Using a metal pusher, I gently push the cuticles. We barely notice any cuticle, but we have some dry skin on the nails. It is vital to remove it as it will cause lifting. Polygel is sensitive to any dust or skin and will cause lifting straight away. Using a file, I will file the remaining gel. Usually I don't file the gel completely. I'm leaving some on the nail with the condition that there is no lifting under the gel. You will notice that the gel due to come off will crumble while filing, and that the gel that is stacked strongly to the nail will not come off easily, and that's the gel you should keep on the nail. In my case, the gel is crumbling, and I will remove it all. I will slightly file the sides, but I will not touch the length of the natural nail. I will lengthen these nails, therefore, I want to keep as much nail as possible. The key lesson I want you to capture in this video is how to lengthen the nails while refiling them, especially when it's not possible to do a full set for various reasons. The technique I will demonstrate is fast, effortless, and long-lasting, which, in my opinion, is the best option for nail technicians that are at the beginning of their path. The gel is lifted at the free edge, and with the help of an old nipper, I will cut the part that is detached from the nail. cut as much as possible and file the remaining gel. Avoid pulling and peeling the gel as you will peel a good layer of the nail with it. I would suggest to grab a brand new file to file this part. The gel is already crumbling and the rough file will take it off easily, where an older file might smooth it and make it more difficult to file. With the help of the electric drill, I will file off the nail any dry skin or pterygium. This way, I will lift more the cuticle, making possible the product application closer to the cuticle. I usually do the left side of 5 nails in forward mode, then I switch to reverse mode and file the right side of it. I apply dehydrator. The dehydrator dissolves the oil of the natural nail surface and promotes adhesion. I apply the bonder. The final step in nail prep is the application of base gel. Please be careful not to apply the base coat too close to the cuticle or the nail sides. This will cause the product to lift. Apply 1 millimeter away from the cuticle and sides. Cure 60 seconds. Now I'm going to match the tips with the nail size and shape. As you notice, these are regular plastic tips that we are going to apply as we did with dual forms. They come in different sizes, so you have options to match most of the nails. Dual forms are perfect for full sets when you have almost zero nail length, but they need more practice to be able to use them for refills. I find the simple plastic tips are perfect for refills. They're easy to use and they basically give the nail shape, length, and thickness in one go. I already refilled the left hand, so I'm comparing the size of the nail with my left index finger. The tips should match the nail size perfectly. We see how well they match by placing it close to the cuticle. Match the plastic tips as if you were to glue them. With tapping movements, I gently spread the product over the form. I spread the product in an almond shape to avoid wasting product and time for filling. Now we will apply the form on the nail. Step back 3 to 4 millimeters away from the cuticle. Place the form on the nail with the whole body. Gently press on it and push it upwards to the cuticle, not reaching it. Leave 2 millimeter gap between the form and the cuticle. I take the brush and gently smooth the product between the form and the cuticle. With tapping movements, I blend the transition from natural nail to the artificial nail. Check that the form completely stacked to the nail and there are no gaps. Upturn the finger and spread the product from the interior side of the nail. Try to be as precise as possible. Cure for 10 seconds and then remove the tip. The plastic tip is a bit more difficult to remove than the dual forms. That's why I advise to cure it for 10 seconds only. It can be removed with a pusher or scraper by gently picking it from the sides. Apply the clamp and cure for 60 seconds. I apply the product on the inside part of the form and I spread into the wanted length. I make the same tapping movements, and when needed, I dip the brush into the slip solution. If the product is dragging or sticking to the brush, then you need to wet the brush moderately. Comparing with the index finger to have matching length. Step back 3 to 4 millimeters away from the cuticle. Place the form on the nail with the whole body. Gently press on it and push it upwards to the cuticle, not reaching it. I take the brush and gently smooth the product between the form and the cuticle. With tapping movements, I blend the transition from natural nail to the artificial nail. Upturn the finger and spread the product from the interior side of the nail. cure for 10 seconds, and then remove the tip. Apply the clamp and cure for 60 seconds. Using the plastic tip in this technique is basically imprinting the tip shape on the nail with minimum effort. That's a great alternative when you lack speed, experience, and knowledge. I came up with this idea because I do not use glue on nails due to the huge damage they cause. I was considering to glue the tip to the nail with polygel. While experimenting, I decided to remove the tip, and I got a beautiful nail underneath. Using a cleanser, I remove the sticky coat. Comparing with the index finger to have matching length. Next step is filing the nail body, shape, and length. I file the sides and the area around the cuticle. Using a drill, I will file the product around the cuticle and nail sides. The machine is in forward mode, and I file from left to right, turning the finger in a position that's comfortable to file. I recommend filing the nail gradually. File one side, check. File the other side, check. File a bit the body and check again to not get carried away, especially when you file the body of the nail. Always stop to check how much is being filed off from the free edge thickness. Please bring your attention to the side walls of the nail. We can notice that the nail sides are thick. The line is indicating it clearly. Now, look again at the original picture. The higher edge needs to be blended into the lower edge. Not super thin, 1 millimeter is perfect. And I am moving to the next nail, and I file following the same technique. In case you can't clearly understand how I file the shape or how I am moving my hand, please see this slide where you have a graphic demonstration of how you file around the cuticle and the body of the nail. We know that each nail must have an apex, which is the center of gravity of the nail. Usually is located in the middle of the artificial nail, but depending on the length of the nail, it might shift in the needed direction to increase the strength of the nail. The thickness of the gel in the apex area is the thickest, as you can see on the demonstration. Using a drill, I will file the product around the cuticle and nail sides. With the thumb and index finger, pull the skin away from the nail so you can have a clear view of what you are filing. The machine is in forward mode, and I file from left to right, turning the finger in a position that's comfortable to file. Next, I file and smooth the nail from underneath. If you cannot operate the electric drill very well, I suggest filing from the middle to the left in forward mode, and then from the middle to the right in reverse mode. Always check your client's sensations, as taking the drill too deep can cause heating. I am filing the shape for quite a while, but I can't seem to get it right. I notice I have a gap on the free edge. The line represents how the shape should be, and we see a small insufficiency of product. I will add a bit of gel to balance that gap. I gently spread it on the free edge, only blending with the apex. I continue shaping the nail. I am checking the C-curve. Both nail sides need to be at the same level. Upturn the finger and finish shaping the nail from this radius. Using the same technique, we file the rest of the nails. When filing, try to brush off the dust as often as possible so you can see how much is left to file. Last step is buffing. I opt for a black color, so I can show you how it can be applied flawless around the cuticle. Being neat and clean in your work is a sign of professionalism, and I want you to achieve this level through my courses. Using a thin brush, I carefully apply the color close to the cuticle in a nice semicircle shape. I apply color on one nail and I cure for 10 seconds just to fix the color and avoid it running or leaking. That's applicable for the first coat only. The second coat, I apply it on all 5 fingers and I cure it for 60 seconds. I'm applying the glowing holographic glitter. I'm not comfortable with the bottle brush, so I use instead my oval brush. Last step, I apply the top coat and I cure for 60 seconds. Thank you for watching!